3-eye atlas is not a comet. It is conscious. That's right. I said that it is conscious, and it is having a huge effect on our consciousness, and it has a very specific purpose here in our solar system right now. It's rearranging all kinds of things and shifting all kinds of things within the planets, which of course is going to have a huge impact on our consciousness and our ability to shift. So I'm going to get into that. We have done some remote viewing, some astral traveling. I myself just today, before this video, reached out and telepathically tried to communicate, and I was able to get very clear communication and response to this being that explained to me what it was doing, why it's here, and why this is so important to you. But before we do that, let's just take a look at the scientific pictures that have come in of this incredibly interesting object. So first, let's take a look at this. So this is from a YouTube channel. I put the link below. I think it's Ray's Astrophotography. Interesting that NASA isn't giving us something this detailed. And I could get into, there's all kinds of weird stuff now, all kinds of weird theories. And I'm telling you, there's a psyop about 3-eye atlas going on in the media. And so I'm not going to talk about it. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is based on at least my understanding and interaction. But let's take a look at this picture. I find this very interesting. Now, this is a still, but the guy actually took a series of pictures so you can see it moving. And you see those 5 little points of light. Those are actually rotating. I think they're rotating in this video counterclockwise. Now, that's what I saw. I've seen this a couple of times. I didn't know what I was looking at the first time. When we did our live guided interdimensional meditation, I think it was 3 or 4 meditations ago, and I saw some weird object, and there was this, it was like this tube of energy, and it was rotating, and there was stuff coming out in a rotating fashion, a lot like this. But because I didn't know what I was looking at, it would have made a lot of sense if I had known I was looking at 3-eye atlas. But during the meditation, I believe at some point I channeled 3-eye atlas. But bear in mind that that wasn't something that felt easy or comfortable for me to say. And the reason I haven't talked about 3-eye atlas is because it's such a big deal. And I don't do this to be trendy. I don't. It turns out that since I've had communication and contact with higher dimensional extraterrestrials in 2022, ever since then, that's just the fact. It wasn't something I even believed in. So I don't get off on this. I don't look for ways to show, ooh, look, I'm talking. I'm not into that. So I haven't looked into 3-eye atlas basically for those reasons. But now that I have, I'm looking back on it. 3-eye atlas has been reaching out to me. So this is a really interesting picture. And so I encourage you to look at the link that I'm going to put below. And you can see this. It rotates. And there's this bright center. And then rotating around it are those 5 points of light. And it's interesting because when you have a 5-pointed star like that, a 5-pointed star has huge significance. I'm here in Texas. I'm traveling across the country. And if you've ever been to places like Texas or the South, or all over the country actually, where there's ranches and barns, you'll see big 5-pointed stars. Now, if you ask the people why they do that, you'll get a bunch of different answers. For the most part, they do it just because it's custom. People just do it. They think it looked nice. But it actually goes back to pre-Christian Europe. And people used to put 5-pointed stars on their barns. And they did that because it had the power to frighten off negative entities, frighten off the trolls or whatever. And this is a real thing. I researched this a long time ago when I was researching runes and things like that. A 5-pointed star for the Germanic tribes, pre-Christian Germanic tribes, it meant a power of cleansing and protection from evil. So we have 5 elements. The reason why that is important is because we have 5 elements, which means when you have all 5 elements functioning together, which in the Taoist is wood, metal, fire, water, earth. In Vedic and in Western, it would be ether, air, fire, water, earth. When you have all of the 5 elements in proper communication with each other, in balance with each other, it creates an energetic protection. It's health. One of the things I just found out with talking with Patrick Giguère, who's one of my students, I interview him on the channel a lot, from a TCM perspective, traditional Chinese medicine, which is Taoist, that when you have space in you, meaning there's a lack of energy, you don't have enough energy or chi, and there's space missing, it creates a wind. And the wind actually will pull in negativity and will attract evil spirits. That's why you don't want to be in a breezy old house somewhere. Those are the reasons why, but it represents in the body. So you want to get rid of these winds, these ghosts, these spirits. So here we have this being that is flying through our solar system, and according to the scientists, they're saying it's doing strange things and it's not acting like a normal comet. And this is the actual picture of it, and that those little 5 lights rotate. And I remember that when I first, when we were doing a live guided meditation, and I remember being pulled out into space, and there was this thing out there, and it was like this tube, and coming out of this tube was all of this energy and gas and stuff that was coming out of it, and it was rotating. And I didn't know, and then I heard myself say, as I was channeling, I heard myself say this was 3i Atlas. And I just went, oh my God, that's just so typical. I hated hearing it, but that's what came to me. But it makes sense. You've got these 5 points that are rotating and going through the solar system, cleaning things up. So just to give you another weird coincidence, we did another live guided interdimensional meditation last night, Wednesday, November 26th. And I had this feeling that we were going to go and see 3i Atlas. I thought to myself, that's just so typical. I'm probably making this up. This is nonsense, but I just go with it, right? So I got to tell you, when I'm doing these meditations, you hear me say things like, this is really strange, and give me a second to check this out. I'm checking to see that I'm not fantasizing or making things up, because it just feels weird and awkward, and it's, what really struck me was the color this time. This time, I consciously was going out to look at and communicate with 3i Atlas, and the color of it was very strange. It's like this color behind me right here. That was the color that I was seeing, and I was trying to express it. It's hard to communicate sometimes when I'm that deep in meditation, but I think I said something about pinkish, almost like watermelon color. I don't know where I got that. Is watermelon that color? I don't know. Anyway, that's the color. That color right there is what I saw. And because of that, I thought to myself, I've got to be making this up. This is so dumb and weird. And so I didn't pay any attention to it until today. Today I went onto YouTube and I looked at that guy's same channel, and he said, had another video where he said, I took a picture of 3i Atlas, and it was weird. And this was after he had gone through taking it and zooming in on it and doing some color correction. This was the color that he found. That comes directly off of, it's a screen capture of that. So that's the color of 3i Atlas as of the video that came out this morning. So that was too coincidental. And when I saw that, once again, another time I went, okay, this is too coincidental. I couldn't have made this up. So having said that, I was getting ready to do this video, and for some reason I hadn't tried. I haven't been doing a lot of astral travel lately because I've been really wrapped up in my own personal adventure in my life. And so I just simply said, oh, why don't I see if I can connect with 3i Atlas and communicate, see what it is. So I did. So I reached out to 3i Atlas, and it responded. And the feeling that I've had about 3i Atlas is a feminine feeling, like it's a feminine being. But I asked well, first I asked, what are you doing? And 3i Atlas was, oh, it's you. I'm so glad, actually, we're so glad that you're connecting with us. We've been wanting to talk to you. And it repeated what it told me last night, which was, we are your servant. We are here to finish what you started. You are the one that created us and brought us here. We're here now because of you. We've felt your energies recently, and so you basically called us into existence to come into the solar system. And what they said was, we're cleaning up the energy of the solar system and bringing it to a higher frequency so that you, meaning all of us, you plural, you humans, can have a clean space to intend what it is you want, what you want to create. And then I went and asked, okay, so what are you? Are you a comet? Are you a spaceship? Are you a conscious being? And the response was that they were a community of beings from a higher dimension. They're not from our dimension. And so it was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like the answer is yes, we're one being. Yes, we're multiple beings. And yes, it is a ship, but it's not a ship that we would understand. It's not like a physical, ship. It's a manifestation of energy, but we see it in the third dimension as gas or rock or whatever it is. But again, all this stuff with the rotating balls. I mean, you should watch the film. I didn't want to take the guy's film, but you can see it rotating as it's speeding through space. So I'm going to check in again and see right now, see if anything comes to me. So give me a second here. So the response is, we are so glad that you are asking about us because we want to work with you. We want you to reach out to us, meaning you, the world. We want you to reach out to us. We want you to connect with us. Your consciousness, your intentions help us. And we want to work together with you as a team to create your new world, your new reality. So this is like a reality engine that's coming through the solar system. So the first question that pops into my mind is, why are you, way out there, near, I think somewhere near Jupiter at this point? Why are you way out there? And the understanding, which makes perfect sense, is that the planets of our solar system are directly connected to the Earth. Now, here's something that I found out a couple of years ago, which absolutely blew my mind. So I'm here to tell you that the planets, all of the planets in our solar system, they are, in fact, a conscious projection from the human unconscious. So these are the aspects of our conscious mind. and all of the planets and what they represent are actually within you. So the reason why astrology works isn't that the planets are determining how you feel. It's the other way around. The planets are holographic projections. Yes, they're real balls of gas and rock and all that, but you are projecting them. The human conscious being, your human body is actually projecting them. All of us are together projecting the planets. And so what's happening is you're seeing a reflection of what's happening inside of you. So if you look at, if you have an astrological reading where, oh, this planet is giving you a problem or this planet is giving you a blessing, it's not that the planet is doing it. It's that is already happening within you, and you're projecting it out into the solar system, and it's moving around. So that's why 3i Atlas is out there rotating around, cleaning up energy and going past all these different planets, because it's basically happening inside of you. So this is something, again, I learned a long time ago in meditation, but I've seen it recently. This is a holographic projection, this third dimensional reality. It is a projection from within your soul. Your soul is projecting this onto the screen of the third dimension, and everything that happens here is your projection. It's also a group projection because we are all human beings. We are all souls coming from source. We're all here for the same general reason, and we have our own specific, what I call soul experiments that we're doing. So you've got to switch it around. It's not like something out there that's doing something to us. It's that we are shifting, and that's being projected into our external reality. And so these beings are saying, we are part of you. We are inside of you. So this is a force that is inside of you, that is shifting you, that is changing you, that is cleansing you. And the more that you can take on your role as the creator of this universe, the more that you can benefit from this. So this is like, a supercharged vitamin steroid injection into your consciousness if you want to interact with it. So that's what this being was just saying, is that we want you to reach out to us. We want you to consciously interact with us and share with us your intentions. Allow us to work with you. So you don't have to have a direct conscious connection with it, unless you feel free to go ahead and do that, but you don't have to have that. Just have the intention that you're going to choose to take this time. This is a time where you have the power to choose to manifest what you want. So another thing that was said to me, this was probably, I want to say, a couple of years ago, some ET light beings showed up and talked to me. I just got a huge jolt, which means yes. So the answer to the question is yes. This is what they were saying. They came to me and they said, as they do often, everything is going to change. You are going to shift. You're going to come home. Stuff that sounds really mystical and hard to understand. And they said, there's going to be a big comet that's going to show up in the sky. When that happens, then you know the big shift is here. Now, we've had a few comets since then. There's been a lot of comets coming into our solar system lately. So I didn't pay any attention to it, but I just now got a huge jolt from them saying, yes, this is the comet they were talking about. So let me double check with that. So yeah, the answer is yes. This is going to shift everything. So there you go. 3i Atlas. It might be a physical comet. I don't need for it to be anything. This picture tells me it's something completely different. I don't think we've seen anything like that. Those 5 points of light rotating, just like it's scrubbing the universe as it goes through there. And that 5 star is so important and is so symbolic, and it means everything. So something really interesting is happening, and whatever this color is now having a huge impact. And when you look at the film in the of Three Eye Atlas that this guy has, you'll see that there's so many colors coming out of it, so many different colors at the same time. It looks like a craft. It doesn't look like any just normal comet. So anyway, I don't need for any of it to be true or false. I'm just sharing with you the information that I'm getting. So that's it. Three Eye Atlas is not a comet, it is conscious. If you want to communicate with us, with these light beings, and perhaps with Three Eye Atlas, please come to these live interdimensional meditations, which we do every Wednesday and Saturday evening. I'm now traveling around the country, so I tend to do it at my time, 8:30 p.m. my time, which is, I'm now in Central. So right now, until I change and travel somewhere else, we'll be doing it at 8:30 Central. And a lot of those of you who are doing the Maoshan, you're doing the Maoshan 5-element spirit fighting, or the Summoning the Immortals, or the Celestial Qigong, or any of the spirit fighting sets, I am going to be putting together and releasing a footwork video that is the 64 steps, which is the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. Now, I haven't taught this yet, but this is actually incredibly important. It will supercharge your body full of energy, and this is a Taoist thing. Taoists do this. They do these steps where they do patterns on the ground, which then open up portals to other dimensions. And this one specifically is the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching, which will bring down the whole power of the universe. So when you do this practice and then afterwards do whatever Maoshan practice you're doing, like the Awakening the Immortals, the Celestial Qigong, especially when you get into the spirit fighting, the 5-element spirit fighting sets, the wood, metal, fire, water, earth, the Hands of Infinity, or the even if you're doing the butterfly hands, if you're doing any of those things, this set will supercharge this. And so I'm really grateful to be sharing this with you now, and everybody should be doing that. That's going to be coming out soon. All right, you can go and get started now, maoshan.thunderwizard.com, or go to thunderwizard.com. There's all kinds of other stuff on my channel if you want not a psychic reading. If you want me to channel ETs, go ahead and put it in the comments. How do I get a channeled reading? I'll let you know. And if you want to work with me, the best way to progress is to work with me personally. And you can do that at thunderwizard.com. Click on memberships and look around. You'll see here Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong. That's a great way. That doesn't work directly with me, but that's a very powerful practice in and of itself. Check that out. But if you want to work with me directly, then you can subscribe at any one of the apprenticeship levels. If you're not sure what you need, go ahead and ask a question in the comments, and I will respond and see if I can help you. So that's it, my friends. Everything is shifting, everything is changing, because apparently this is the comet we were supposed to be looking for according to ETs, and this is the one that's going to shift us into who knows what. That's it. I wish you all the best. I love you all. Please take very good care of yourselves. I'll see you all very soon.